Everybody, we're back here at Kia store of Anniston, Oxford, and you guys out there looking for a new car, this is the place to be on the Motor Mile here in between Anniston and Oxford, Alabama. This may be considered Oxford, I don't know, this may be right around the city limits of Oxford, but anyways, we're here nonetheless. And speaking of Anniston, the man himself is right here beside me, Coach Rico White, head coach of the Anniston Bulldogs, who's coming off another shutout victory. I believe it was 42-0 over Cleveland County last week, Coach?
Yes, sir.
So in the last 2 weeks combined, you guys have tuned it up. Not only offensively, you scored over 100 points, but you've given up nothing in the last 2 weeks. And that's what you want. You want to be playing your best football heading into the playoffs. But you guys have got that all-important off week this week to get your guys healed up. You've got them about as laser focused as you can with your play for the last 2 weeks. But take us back to last Friday night before we talk about this off week coming up.
Well, last Friday, Cleveland County is a team. They scrappy, they'll fight, and we didn't take them light. We came out and just wanted to start fast and finish strong. And our kids did a good job of staying focused and knew the importance of having an undefeated season. That was one of our goals. So we did well and pulled it out.
Coach, when you look at games like last week, a couple of positives, well, there's a lot of positives can come out of it, but one of the main positives is when you get up on teams, you guys haven't let off the gas a lot this year, that you've gotten in there, taken control of the game, and been able to get some of these young guys some reps. Talk about the importance of that as that's drawn on this year.
Well, like I said, we're a senior-heavy team, but you always wonder what will next year be like. And these last few games, 2 games, we had a chance to get our young guys in, let them play, and get out there and get some game situations. And so far, they perform well. They have a lot of energy because not only do they want to cheer, they want to sometimes get some reps. So it was good for us, and so far it's been great.
They want to trade some pain as well.
Absolutely.
These last 2 weeks, and we just mentioned, you guys have outscored your opponents, I think it's 104, 106 to 0. What has it been said in that locker room that's got the guys dialed in? Because, it's really hard to get a shutout in the state. It don't matter who you play, but to get 2 back-to-back like that, especially with even young guys in there playing, because, they got to still do their part when they come in. How important is that being, knowing that it's not only from the top, them seniors, all the way down to these young guys that's getting in, to be that focused?
Well, one of the biggest things is make sure that we understand we want to treat these last 2 weeks as playoff-like situations, and what focus we got to have, what attention we got to have, and just come out and every play means something. That's one thing about the playoffs. First down is just like a touchdown. So we want to have that right mindset, and the kids have really focused in and did a great job.
Yeah, they've done an outstanding job. Now, we just mentioned a minute ago, you guys are technically off this week, which is a good thing. A lot of coaches look at that off week different, when to bring it in, when not to bring it in. I like your message to go out there and get an undefeated regular season and then get it. If you can do that, any coach will take that.
Absolutely.
100 out of 100 times. But talk about what it went into scheduling that off week this week. It just so happened that that's the way it come out when you was making your schedule, or what?
Well, I tell you, ever since we've been here, we always scheduled it like that. I always wanted to be have 2 weeks to prepare for your opponent for the first round of the playoff, and it worked in our favor so far. And it also helped with bumps and bruises, and if you have any kids with injuries. So things worked in our favor this year, especially being undefeated in this situation. But, the main thing, what you're scared of is momentum. You want to make sure you keep that momentum and keep that laser focus, as you said. And I think our kids will be able to handle it.
Now, I know these dudes are chomping at the bit to get a hold of somebody in the playoffs. I know that. But how do you keep those guys harnessed in an off week right here before these playoffs?
We work super hard in the weight room and put them in situations that we wasn't successful in this year. You go and recap on what happened on this play, what happened on that play. And in a sense, you almost like relive it and put them in those situations and make them execute them till they can't get it wrong. So that's our biggest thing. Like I said, we focus on mastery. Just master what you do, your craft and all. And like I said, once you master that, you're not playing against your opponent, you're playing against yourself. So how can you make yourself better? So that's what we're doing right now.
I got to brag on you a little bit. There's a coach, I'm sure you know I'm talking about the gentleman's the tight end coach at South Carolina. He had left you guys' game at Talladega and came to the Moody Leeds game, which I was at.
Yes.
And he walked up to me and he said, "Man, I watch your Coach Rico White show." And he said, "We got a kid that's committed there talking about Cam." And he said, he got to see you guys in person down there, and he was like really impressed. He's like, "Man, those guys have got it going on there, man." He said they got good-looking kids, but he said they're coached well and they're playing well, and they got a lot of energy. He just had a lot of good things to say about you. That's cool when a college, an SEC coach is basically telling you that.
Yeah, Coach Wright is a great coach, and like I said, he recruited Cam, and I think he's from these parts, so he to come to our game and actually see how we coach, how we push our kids, and how our kids respond. It's great to have that type of person on that sideline. So it was a pleasure having him there, and I'm glad he was impressed.
He's a super great guy, man, and he's noticing what you're doing and all the hard work you guys are putting in.
Absolutely.
Coach, give me just some final thoughts, like recapping this regular season.
Yes, the biggest thing, we know we was top heavy. We wanted to start fast and finish strong, and it worked out. The kids really paid dividends over the summer. Everything just came out how we planned. You know, I don't know if it was a lot of luck or what, but I'm pleased with the effort. I'm pleased with the way the coaches have coached, and believe me, it's hard work, and I'm proud of them. And our 12th man, I mean, the fans have been excellent. I mean, no matter if it's a team they think we're gonna beat, they still there. They have really supported us, and then started out, Mr. Dunn Hopkins, how he supported us with the weight room. He saw the vision also. You know, when you have those type of people around you, you can win.
That's right.
And I'm so proud of the entire program in the city of Anniston.
Man, I'm really impressed with what you guys have done. You know, I see teams all over the state, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It don't matter where I go, what classification we're watching, what average Joe's. A lot of people took notice of what you guys are doing and have done the last couple of years. Man, it's becoming a household name across the state, and I know that's what you ultimately wanted.
Yes.
When you took this job.
Absolutely, that was one of our goals, and the exposure for the kids. And one way to get exposure is win.
That's right.
You win, and you win big, and it works in your favor when you do that. So the kids have really bought in. The program, the administration, our superintendent, everyone has really bought in. So being supportive and like I said, everybody love a winner. So hopefully we can keep it going. But one thing we understand, when playoffs start, you can throw the records out.
That's it. It's gone. They're out. They're done.
Absolutely.
It ain't time to make mistakes, and you can't hit that reset button like on PlayStation.
Absolutely.
It's the real world.
Absolutely.
One other thing, Coach. Final thoughts heading into the playoffs. What does Coach White and the staff have to do to get these kids dialed in? Because I know you want to play your best football each and every week that these playoffs progress.
Being consistent and understanding what's at stake, and the discipline. I always hop on that. You got to have discipline. Discipline, not so much getting in trouble, but just doing your job, doing the small things that no one see. If I'm running the ball to the right, are you blocking on the left side? You know, little things like that. That's what make a team a winner, because you never know, it may cut back.
Oh yeah.
So everyone doing their job, knowing what's at stake, and being hungry, and have that desire to win, and I think we'll be fine.
All right. Coach, I appreciate you, and I appreciate Kia of Anniston, Oxford, as always, for hosting the show and many other things that we do, and we'll see you next week, Coach.
Thank you.
All right.
Go Dogs.